Trent down 8%. That's massive, massive, right? See, we have been highlighting about trend. This was the breakout failure happened here. Then it had fell sharply almost all the way from this to here, almost a 28%. And Zydus, see, finally, I guess Zydus results were out. It's up 3%. That's interesting. Probably it had a good earnings reaction. Let's wait for 1 or 2 sessions, then we would get a complete idea. If it trades above these levels and comes out of these levels, that would be interesting. We might be seeing a reversal in Zydus. Hello investors, welcome to Chart Shastra, where investing is made simple with the help of charts. Today is day 51 of our 100-day price action challenge, and coming to the market, we have seen a little bit red here, right? But I think it's perfectly all right. We have seen a little pullback here, especially the Nifty has rallied almost 1,000 points. From this 22,800 to 23,800, right? So, this minor pullback would be very perfect. Let's hope that it doesn't go below this big candles low. If it goes below this, we might be seeing some form of selling pressure. But if Nifty consolidate here and breaks above this 23,800 level, that would be awesome to watch. But again, the major level would be 24,200 and the most important would be 24,800. So it's almost another 1,000 point rally from here. But if that happens, I think we can say that officially the little correction which we have been seeing from September has coming to an end. But again, let's wait. Even Nifty Junior is also trying to move up, but again today there was a reversal. But again, it did not even try to break this level. So relatively, Nifty Junior is little bit weaker, and Nifty 100 almost resembles Nifty 52. Even Nifty Midcap Select has seen almost 1%. Same case with Nifty Midcap Index too. So, considering that today mid cap has been relatively weaker, but look at small cap, they are almost flat today, and even micro cap, they are up 0.3%. So, it's a healthy rally happening in the micro cap as well as small cap. But again, I would prefer a little bit correction over here, then that would be very awesome. Even Nifty 500 is acting very perfect, this 21,850, 860 level. Let the market consolidate here and let it break above these levels. Coming to the gold, you have seen here, right? Almost from this 77,000, they have been non-stop move. So I'm expecting a little minor pullback here all the way to 83,000. Then again, we can see, but again, gold is acting very strong. So almost from this point, 80,000, it was up almost 7.5% in last 13 sessions. That's a massive run for gold. Even silver also, we have been seeing here, right? This was the trend line we have been talking, and it has broken out of this trend line and taken a minor pullback and perfectly moved up. Currently also having a little pullback. So even silver is also acting very well. Coming to the bank nifty, it has held up very strong today despite on such negative days. So looks like the banks are trying, really putting an effort to move up. Even private banks is moving up, but you can see PSU Bank again struggled today because SBI results were out. So we would see how the SBI chart has been doing it. Even IT is up 0.3%, but again there is a lot of disturbance or noise in the IT. There is no clear trend yet. Let it break above this 44,600 level, then that would be very interesting to watch IT stocks too. Auto again taking a little breather here. It has moved all the way from this point to this point, right? So it is taking a little pullback, and also you can see the moving averages are converging. So if the perfect support happens at auto and if it perfectly breaks out this level, then that would be very interesting to watch. Even reality, you see that I've been always struggling understanding the reality space, right? It is down again 2% today. So probably this was the reversal happening in the reality space. So as of now, reality is still looking very weak. Pharma tried to move up today but got rejected. Not a great closing, but still it's positive on such negative days. So that's a good thing. Infra is also almost mimicking the reality, still a very weak chart, right? You can see it is consistently making lower lows, lower highs too. So that's not very great. FMCG is again down 1%. We have told yesterday that that was very weak signs from FMCG. Look like it is going to test these levels, and let's hope that it doesn't break these levels. If it breaks these levels, maybe we might be seeing another little selling in the FMCG. Even telecom is not doing that great. Also, healthcare is almost mimicking the uh, Pharma index. Now let's start with our daily 100 stock starting with Reliance. It is almost flat today. Nothing major happened here. Still respecting this 3 day, 3% major day, right? So that's interesting. Coming to TCS, it is still hanging at these support levels. Not that a great sign. It needs to come out of this zone, at least this 4300. Then we can see some strength here. HDFC Bank is acting very perfect. In fact, HDFC and Kotak. That's why I guess Bank Nifty is trying to move up. So as long as HDFC is moving up, that's very great. I think Airtel results are out today. I guess at least from the price action point of view, it's down 2.5%. I think one of our subscriber Rajiv sir has told he has guessed that it would go down. I think he has guessed it perfectly. But again, I expected that Airtel should ideally stay within this range or above this, or it should break. So still the trend is very unclear as of now. If the results were very good, it would have ideally broken out. If it were very bad, it would have broken down too. Looks like maybe the results are not yet completely digested. Let's wait for one or two more sessions and we would get a clarity. ICICI Bank also acting very well, just like HDFC. Look here, it is forming little bases and slowly coming out of those bases and forming little base here again. So again, banks are still, I think Kotak and Bajaj looks very good, but again, HDFC and ICICI are still struggling at the moment. Infosys, I guess, successfully it has closed the gap. That's a good signal. Now all the way it has left is 1980, this 2000 level. Once it breaks above this level, I think in IT would start doing very well. Looks like today SBI results are also out and it is down 1.8%. So not a great reaction from the results, I guess. It needs to close above this 785 level only, then we can see some reversal in SBI. Hence, again, since SBI is also one of the major weight in Bank Nifty, we might be seeing some struggle because of this, because all the private banks are really trying very hard to push the bank nifty, but again SBI is trying to push it down. ITC we have already talked here, right? It is acting very completely in the range. Almost all the FMCG space are doing very well. Same thing happened in the Hindustan Unilever too. LIC you can see here, right? LIC is also still struggling almost below this support zone now, which is acting as resistance. It needs to close above this 876 only, then we can comment. HCL Tech also, it is forming a base here. This was a quick shakeout happened on that day. There was a quick reversal. So let's see how it turns out. Would it move up or would it go down? Few more sessions would be interesting to watch. L&T, nothing interesting here. Still going sideways and going down. Even Sun Pharma is also not doing very well. See here, very bad, right? Bajaj is holding very strong, so I'm little bit surprised looking at the strength here. I thought it would have at least a little pullback here, but it is not even trying to go down. So that's a very strong sign of a strong sector or a strong move. In fact, even Chola and Sriram is also trying to move, right? Maybe some kind of group move is happening in the NBFC, which is led by Bajaj Finance. So even on the weekly also Bajaj looks very good, right? NTPC again down 2%. It is in a downtrend, not doing that great as of now. Axis Bank is also trying. It has almost filled this gap. Look at here. The gap which was formed by the earnings, it was again filling the gap. So even private banks are trying to fill the gap. So that's a healthy sign happening in the market. Even Maruti, look at it. I like the Maruti chart. Look at how it is forming the base. So it is not even giving up, right? So Bajaj Finance and Maruti are looking very strong currently in the Nifty 100 across the large cap space. Kotak again, Kotak. I completely forgot about Kotak. Even Kotak is also one of the strongest names. See, it is not giving up, but it needs to break out of this zone. So that would be very interesting to watch. Even today it has moved on, but look at the closing. It came almost all the way to near highs. Mahindra and Mahindra, maybe it needs some little more time. It had a very sharp V pullback, right? So I have always highlighted that I do not like usually this V-shape pullbacks, but again, let it consolidate here. It needs to break above this 3200 level. That would be interesting to watch. ONGC again down today. It is still, it got rejected at this trend line. So I've created this slight little trend line. If it breaks above this level, we would have around this 275. That would be important to watch. Again, Tata Motors, nothing interesting. 1% down, still very weak. Ultratech Cement is still struggling within this space as of now. Adani Enterprises, nothing great here. See, still in the downtrend. Power grid also, just like NTPC, is still acting very weak, not even trying to move up. Titan again got rejected. It tried to move out of this mini zone, but again came back to this level. So probably even the gold prices have moved a lot, right? So there might be some pullback on the gold price too. So again, even the earnings was out recently, so this could be completely earnings reaction too. Bajaj Auto still within this below this line itself. When it moves above this line, that would be very interesting to watch Bajaj because it would be taking a reversal. As of now, it is going sideways and consolidation. Adani Ports again trying to move up. That's a good sign, but again, let's see whether this moving average. This is, I guess, this is 50-day moving average, long-term moving 50-day moving average. Whether this time it would get rejected or it would move up. That would be interesting to watch. I'm thinking mostly it should, because considering the long downtrend, it should ideally move down. But if the results are exceptionally well, it might also move up. Coal India still within the range, nothing interesting. Asian Paints, very boring stock. See, nothing happened today. Wipro still holding this level almost, again, one of the strongest names in IT space, which is trading at its 52-week high. So that is very interesting to watch. HAL, nothing major happening here, still going downtrend. You can see here, right? Every time it is moving up, it is not even reaching the previous high. It is making new lower highs. That's what tells you that the stock is struggling. Bajaj Finserv not as great as Bajaj Finance, but look here, it is at least holding up, so that's interesting to watch. DMart again down 3%. I've told you it needs to close above this 4100. Then the major support would be something around this level. So again, a lot of time left for DMart. This is not perfect time to go in DMart, but again, still Trent down 8%. That's massive, massive, right? See, we have been highlighting about Trent. This was the breakout failure happened here. Then it had fell sharply almost all the way from this to here, almost at 28%. And I have highlighted in my past videos that probably the time for Trent has finished. So it might take a lot of time, at least 6 months or 1 year, to get back its previous glory it used to have. Because see, look at the days of this is very massive falls, 6%, 8%, and with such high volumes, I think it's a clearly smart money is exiting out of it. That's why we are seeing some pressure on Nifty too. Adani Green down 2%, nothing interesting here. Simon still struggling to close above this day. See, it almost took three sessions and it did not even close above this single day fall. That itself tells you how much struggle it's happening here. JSW still going sideways, nothing interesting. Adani Power, I like how it gets tightening up, but again, the overall trend is downtrend. We need a very strong, it already happened here, but it got failed here. So again, we need a very strong buying force. It needs to close above the 600, only then we can think of something. Zomato still, as I told, it is struggling at 237, 240 levels. It needs to close above those. Nestle again, it became very boring. It was interesting for 1 or 2 sessions, but again, below this trend line, I don't want to see it. IOC again trying to move up, but again, nothing major happened here. Struggling at 126. Bharat Electronics taking its time within its channel. It needs to close above this 310. Only then again, even the defense team is also not looking that great. The railway team, don't. I'm suggesting forget the old themes. There would be always new themes coming out of a new bear market. So focus on the new themes. Look at NBFC. We are moving. That is something we can note, right? Varun Beverages again trying. It is always trading. This is also one of the glory name like Trent again. It has been staying idle for last 1 year. We don't know how long it would stay within this range. Geo Finance, nothing interesting. Although trying to move up, but again, lot of selling happened and overhead supply happened here. DLF tried to close above here, but you can see major reversal. See, that's not a healthy sign. That's not at all a healthy sign. So still, reality is looking very weak. Tata Steel also, it needs to close above this 136, nothing interesting here. Vedanta too, nothing interesting. Grasim, it is getting tighter, probably waiting for its result, I guess. If the results are good, maybe it tries to reverse, but again, if it is very bad, it might push down again. IRFC, very boring name, doing nothing at all. It might not do anything also in future. LTIM, again, it had a pullback, so very choppy name. I usually don't look at this name. Indigo, it needs to consolidate slowly, inch up to this trend line. It needs to close above this trend line. Then we can say there is a trend reversal. Tech Mahindra still hovering below this trend line. Nothing interesting as of now. Let's wait. SBI Life to going sideways. Not great. Pidilite 2. Nothing interesting happening here. ABB down 1%, but again, lot of overhead supply. This 6500, it needs to be taken out. Divi slab is also becoming interesting. So almost we are now having Kotak Mahindra, Bajaj Finance, Maruti, right? Even Divis is also looking. Wipro is also. These were 5, 6 names which are trading at their all-time highs or lifetime highs or 52-week highs, right? So keep them in the watch list. Watch these names. When the market conditions improve, usually these would be the names which would run up. HDFC Life still going sideways. Hindalco is also going sideways. Nothing interesting. PFC also same, just like NTPC, just like other PSU names struggling. Britannia, nothing, not very great. I guess results will also be out tonight evening. I guess let's see the reaction tomorrow. Ambuja Cement, not so great. Gale also, same thing, struggling again. All the PSU names are not doing. Tata Power, it is already very weak name. It needs to close first above this 380, then above this 400 level. REC almost just like PFC, still struggling hard. Motherson is almost at the bottom. It might need a lot of time to move up again. BPCL trying to move up, but again, lot of the overall the trend is also very negative. As we are getting down, the names are becoming very weaker. See, Godrej Consumer Property, nothing interesting. iChar, this used to be one strong name. Even now, it is little bit stronger. But again, last four session it was a down day. Probably it is waiting for its results. So when the results come, it would be interesting. Would there be a very sharp pullback and it moves up, or would it give up all these gains? So Eicher is one stock also which is we can add it to the watch list. Bank of Baroda, nothing interesting here. Cipla also, although it's up 2.5%, nothing major happened here. JSW Energy, you can see, right? All these names have become very boring. TVS Motor is also trying to move up, but again, not at the scale of Kotak, Bajaj Finance, or Wipro. But again, we can put them in the second order list, right? The first order list would be the names which were trading at the top. Torrent Pharma, nothing happening here. It would be, it has been trading. See, it has been trading a lot within this range, so nothing interesting. Serum Finance also, it needs to close above this trend line, then I would be watching. Chola is also becoming little interesting, just like TVS Motors, but again, not that great, but let's wait for a few more sessions because Bajaj Finance is acting well. So let's see how the other NBFCs are doing. Bajaj Holding, nothing, very choppy name. Let's ignore this name. Adani Energy Solutions too, nothing interesting here. Punjab National Bank needs to close above this trend line only, then we can see. Dr. Reddy's tried to move up but got rejected here. Very choppy name. See, there is nothing in the chart. It is moving up and down randomly. Even United Spirits also, it has lost its charm. So maybe it is now trying to move on. If it breaks below this 1380 level, we might see a decent correction in United Spirits. Loda again quickly gave back it, right? I've told you to ignore this name too. Very, very choppy name. iPro still below this gap down earnings. It needs to close above that. Havels too, nothing interesting. Bosch is still struggling. All the at least, so this is a clear trend. What I usually tell is the trend is very clear. It is heading down. Every time it is heading down, it is consolidating again heading down. Either it should be completely heading down or it should be completely going up. That's way we make real good money in this song strong trends. But look at the chart like Dr. Reddy's or United Spirits. These are very random moves, right? So not that great to trend. Apollo Hospital still trading between this channel. And Zydus, see, finally, I guess Zydus results were out. It's up 3%. That's interesting. Probably it had a good earnings reaction. Let's wait for one or two sessions, then we would get a complete idea. If it trades above these levels and comes out of these levels, that would be interesting. We might be seeing a reversal in Zydus. Hero Motocorp, it is also a picture perfect downtrend. It tried to move up here, got rejected, now again heading down. Now Gray, again very choppy name. See, no inherent trend. It used to have a perfect trend till almost this level. Even this was good, but somewhere here all the Zomato, Policy Bazaar, everything is going wrong. Tata Consumers, again a bit choppier name. I do not like this. See, lot of resistance. It needs to move up. Dabur is also, it has again become very weak. ICICI Lombard, it needs to come out of this zone. Only then we can think. Zindal still also very weak. Still the market is not looking very good. Sriram Cement, you know what, today I'm zooming out lot. See, this is what I'm telling you. No strength, and this stock has been doing it the same thing for almost last 4 5 years. Canara also needs to close above this trend line, or at least it needs to go below this line. Then we can either go long or short depending on that. Union Bank too, nothing interesting here. See, no major trend. See, all the stocks are not doing good. IndusInd is it has been moving non-stop almost. It might reach this 1,000 level, so that would be interesting to watch. Let it have a minor pullback here. Finally, after a very long time, it is trying to move up. But if it gets rejected here and goes down, right, it might take another very long time. Adani, Total Gas, nothing interesting. Even NHPC also acting very weak. It is also very clear downtrend. At least here the trend is clear. Now, if it breaks below this 72, I can know that I can short it. So that's what we need. Even BHAL also. The trend is very clear, right? It is going down and consolidating and going down. So that's a perfect trend. Even IRCTC also. Look at here. Very weak name. See? So I think that's it for today's video. I hope that you are liking my analysis and you are now trying to find little finer details on the chart. Let me know if you want to cover up in detail or if you want to make it fast. So till then, let's meet you tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day.